Alexis, who will be interviewing Timothy on his leadership roles around campus. Stay tuned and put down that remote. This is going to be a show you're sure not going to want to miss.
Welcome back to CBS News Channel 5 at 5. I'm Alexis Vetter here with Timothy Fonseca. He is the president of the Millennial Wings, and we're going to ask him a few questions tonight. How are you doing, Timothy?
Doing fantastic. It's a beautiful evening. The time change is a little bit of a struggle, but I think it's okay. It's a good little change.
It's good. I just don't like when it gets dark so early.
And the mornings, light blares in.
Right? You like that though. Okay, so let's get started on this Millennial Wings. Tell us a little bit about this.
So the Millennial Wings is an organization that we started about 2 years ago to provide opportunities and venues for young adults in aviation to get together and have fun, and provide opportunities for them to have networking opportunities as well.
Awesome. That sounds very cool. That's a really personal thing, and not a lot of stuff happens normally with younger kids in that aspect, so it's good to get that out there. I'm going to start off with a couple just questions about yourself. How do you define leadership?
Well, I don't know if there's any single definition of leadership, and I myself have never taken a leadership course or anything like that, but leadership is definitely the ability to work with one another, whether that's the ability to speak and to motivate people, and also the ability to listen and reason with people and take advice.
Yeah, which you definitely do on a daily basis, especially in the position you take on. Let's just throw this one out there. Who's the leader that you admire most?
Well, first and foremost, I think a pretty time accurate would be Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump's an incredible leader, and he leads an entire company, and he does a great job doing it. He helps a lot of people out, and most of the people that work close with him all say he's a pretty awesome person to work with.
Yeah, that's a very good point. How do you stay calm on a day-to-day basis, having to deal with all of these things you have to do on a on-call job?
Well, I don't know if staying calm is the best thing to do. There's so many things going on. I mean, first of all, we got school. A lot of us have work. And then you got all these external pressures from running the organization, and you need that extra energy. So, and a lot of times, I don't really stay calm. You embrace the energy and you keep moving forward, and you use that energy to help kind of motivate the people around you as well.
That's a very good point. I like that. And what are your values? Like
my values. I don't know, my values. Something that I value a lot would definitely be when I could see somebody that could help give advice to help move the organization forward. That's something that I value. I definitely value stuff like good morals and good foundations.
It's very true. When times get tough, which happens a lot in dealing with leadership positions, what do you do to stay positive and keep a positive mind frame and move forward instead of pausing or potentially moving backwards?
So the best, and you kind of just said it in the question, but you just really got to remain positive, and you've got to look at moving forward. So there's so many times where we see things that are happening that aren't going to help us move forward, and that kind of slow us down, and we could take that, learn from that, see how to stop that from happening in the future, or how to kind of minimize the opportunities that negative energy or the negative motion kind of happens. We stop that and focus on what can continue to make us move forward.
So kind of adapting in an adaptive leadership way. You have to, in order to lead, you have to be able to adapt it.
Just look forward.
I agree with that completely. In your Millennial Wings, when times do get tough in that, how do you react to your followers asking questions on things that you might not know?
That's an awesome question. So and that's another part of leadership that people really don't realize is, you do come in contact with a lot of these hard times, and things happen, and the first thing that I do is I go to my VP, I tell him about the situation, we talk it over.
Who is your VP?
my VP right now is Alejandro.
Oh, he is.
And,
Awesome.
Yep.
Alejandro's a great guy. He also goes to FAU.
Yep. And so anyway, so we work together and then we disperse the information across the board, and then we have either conference calls or in-person meetings, and we figure out what we're going to do to handle the situation. So we kind of work as a team, and we take advice and all that.
That's awesome.
to continue.
And just recently, you guys, I know you became a nationwide chapter or organization. Can you talk a little bit on that?
Okay, so for the last 2 years, we've been a charter of another 501c3 nonprofit organization. This year, actually, we just finished signing the paperwork about a month ago, and we're just waiting to hear back from the state. And we're basically applying for a 501c3 nonprofit paperwork and all that. So that's all coming in. We should have that by the end of this month. And then we'll be chartering out 2 additional chapters for the year 2017. It will be in Georgia and Arizona. And then halfway through 2017, we'll also be including in Dallas, Texas, and Huntington Beach, California. So we're going to have 5 chapters of the Millennial Wings across the entire
awesome.
United States.
Very good. Does that make you a little nervous to have it expand?
Totally. So, we want to again embrace this and moving forward. But originally we wanted to do all this all at once. And you always got to think about hyper expansion and how that can affect the organization. You see a lot of companies, they start doing well, they start growing, and then they start growing too quickly. They don't have the resources, they don't have the people to manage the management, they don't have the management skills, the leadership skills. And the foundation might be there, but it's just not strong enough yet. So we're going to focus on one chapter at a time, make sure they each get set up individually as best as we can get them set up, and then move to another, and then try and take our time with each one and really focus on that one. And we won't start another one until we're sure that that first one or the one previous to that is nice and set up with a good solid foundation.
Are you going to be in charge of choosing the leadership positions in that, or how is that going to go?
So the way we've kind of been working it is we've found a president to start off and open the chapters, and that
kind of
that
a representative at each place.
Exactly,
Okay.
and then that person is to assign the first state meeting, and then they're gonna do board of directors elections at that meeting, and then they're also in that same meeting. Basically, the 2 objectives of their first meeting is to elect board of directors and figure out 5 events that they're gonna have throughout the year. So that's kind of gonna set the tone for the foundation of the organizations, and then they could build on that. They could work on how they're gonna put on these fly-ins and how they're gonna work together. But we start off by appointing one person, and then we can try and figure out how they're gonna grow the organization from there.
We interrupt this program to bring you a brief commercial break. We'll be right back. Do you struggle getting people to listen to you?
Yes.
Do you want to study leadership, but that college tuition has you bamboozled? This is the product for you. Learn to be a leader with one payment of $19.99, plus shipping and handling, and this book could be yours. Here's some personal testimonies from people who have used our product.
This product gave me immediate results. I didn't think I can lead, but with this book, I can. Thanks, Peter G. Nordhaus.
It's a great read. I recommend it.
But wait, there's more. Call right now and we'll include our professor's autograph. But wait, we'll also include this banana that could be yours. But wait, we'll also include this pamphlet of Michael. Look at how my life's changed. Hurry before they're all gone. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity.
That is awesome. Very, very cool. Well, it was really good talking with you tonight, and I hope we were able to share a little bit about what leadership roles you do. I know Herschel loved listening to you. And we're going to throw it back to you.